Hi folks, thanks for spending some time with me again today. We're looking at the Bordogni Vocalises. This is number 17 in the Melodious Etudes for Trumpet book. They're starting to get longer and a little bit more difficult at this point in the book. That's why I changed my shirt in the last episode, because it's kind of like, now we're in the Black Diamond territory. If you're a skier, you know what that means. These challenges, you can play the notes, you can get through, you can try and maintain a good sound, you can try and play in tune, but to do all those things that you need to do in terms of the craftsmanship and the quality without losing any of the finesse and with freedom of musical expression. So you can go with the musical idea in your mind. That's a high value target. And that's what classical players, generally speaking, are working very hard at doing, is getting to the point where their musical expression is free, is more free. Now, I'm just, like I said, I'm just playing these through one after another. I'm going to do whatever I can for you today. And hopefully you'll get some ideas. Actually, hopefully, if I'm doing it well, you'll forget that I'm playing the trumpet and you'll hear only the music. I don't know if I've prepared this well enough to do that for you, but I hope that's the effect I'm aiming for, and I hope you get to enjoy it in that way. As I mentioned before, the great thing about having a recording of some kind is you can go back and study it, and this has led to problems for all of us performing musicians, because recordings are now expected to be perfect, and they are, just like all the pictures of all the people in all the magazines, generally speaking, are photoshopped, especially the cover shots of an individual's face. You can pretty much guarantee that they have been tidied up. And it's exactly the same principle in recording. So when I do these, I'm not, the only editing I'm doing is to adjust for the difference between the room mics and my lavalier mic, you know, the voice mic. I'm not cutting, I'm not pasting, and I'm not doing any other kind of adjustment. And that's because I want these to be more realistic, life representations. Nothing is perfect, but we should try for the perfection of expression. And if we try for the perfection of control, that's elusive and it's impossible to reach completely. I think it was Tom Hooten who said, principal trumpet in the LA Philharmonic, for those of you who don't know, who said he gave himself permission to not play perfectly so that he would be free to do the music in an audition. Otherwise, you think it's got to be perfect, it's got to be impeccable, it's got to be totally clean. Another great trumpet player with whom I'm familiar and have worked, Mr. Rolfs of the Boston Symphony, after he won the principal job, said to me, well, it wasn't a clean audition. And to me that means he's saying, I didn't play everything perfectly. Something to strive for, but don't sacrifice the musical expression. Work hard to gain the control so you don't have to sacrifice the musical expression. That's about the best advice I can give you. And it can be just one thing, just the quality of your sound, for example. Now, now that I've been yammering away here, and you're going like, I thought I was going to get to listen to something. Remember, you can always run ahead and skip what I'm saying. And I don't mind if you do that. But you might miss something that kind of rings a bell for you, so to speak. Something that you go, that's something I could try. And that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, let's see if we can get through this together. quick story. A long time ago, when I was in my first teaching job, and the great principal trumpet of the New York Philharmonic, Phil Smith, had just won the job. He came to the International Trumpet Guild Conference and played a recital. It was a short recital with some of the basic trumpet literature, nothing too flashy, just beautiful music. And you know, I was a young player at that time, and I remember thinking, wow, I don't think I've ever heard anybody play through a full-length recital and sound just as free and expressive and refined at the end of the recital as at the beginning. One of my colleagues, whose name I won't mention, at the New England Conservatory says, oh yeah, recitals are always a bloodbath. And he's talking about having to listen to one of your students play the recital, knowing that it's not the kind of thing that they do every day. They're not a soloist, they're training to play in an orchestra, and that's a totally different thing. So playing a full-length recital is challenging. These little tunes, among many other things, can help you to get ready to do that kind of work. If you have trouble with it, take it in sections and just practice staying grounded with free exchange of air and carrying the tone with the support. And I'll talk in more detail about what those words mean and how to practice for those things, how to train your body to do those things. But if you can play through and just experience it for yourself and you're improving, then you don't need me to tell you. And if you're having trouble, then you might want to check out some of the other videos when I get into doing work on the physical part of trumpet playing. Okay, have a great day and get back to your practicing. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.